Hello, welcome back. So in this part, we are going to find out the design tensile strength determination. The topic is design tensile strength determination of unequal angle section. So in the next problem, we are going to use unequal angle section to find out the strength. So based on that, this is the problem. So in this problem, it is being mentioned that there is a single unequal angle section. Single unequal angle section. Unequal angle section is called which has different length of the leg. So one leg length is 100 mm, the another leg length is 75 mm, and the thickness of angle will be 6 mm. So it is connected to a 10 mm thick gusset plate. It is connected with the 10 mm thick gusset plate at the ends with six 16 mm diameter bolts. So it is connected with six 16 mm diameter bolts to transfer tension, to transfer the tension force as shown in the figure. So this is the tension force which is to be transferred by this angle section, and it is being connected with these six bolts. Well, this section, if we cut this section like this, then this will be the section. So in this section, you can see this these holes will be this one along this line, and on the lower side, this will be the unconnected leg. So the leg is shown with these two lines. Well, in the figure above also there are two lines shown. I think this is wrongly described here. Well, there is no two lines, so please consider in the future diagram that I will be referring the same diagram, but please consider that there is no double lines, which means this is the clear angle. So only double lines is there, which is showing the this leg. Okay, so as you can see, there is no nothing is there, so there is no double line, so consider this like this. Okay, so now it says determine the tensile, design tensile strength of the angle, assuming that the yield and ultimate stress of steel is 250 and 410 MPa. Now, at the same time, it is also asking that uh, when we connect angle with the longer leg, which is 100 mm leg, and when we connect the angle with 75 mm leg, well, it is asking the strength in both cases, and also we are required to find out which one is which length should be connected with the gusset, whether we connect the longer leg or the shorter leg. We have to find out that. Well, how we can find out that? First of all, we have to determine the design tensile strength. As I have already explained this in the previous example, that design tensile strength we find out in three aspects. One is the design tensile strength in yielding, and in rupture, and in the block shear. So in all three aspects, we will find out the design tensile strength, and then we will compare the strength determined using these three aspects. So the strength which will be the lower one will be the strength of the tension member. And also, as I said, that we have to find out which leg will be more which leg we should connect with the gusset, whether we should connect the longer leg or the shorter leg. So how do we decide that? Well, it is being decided by finding the efficiency. So the efficiency, which whichever leg we can apply, but we will try to find out the efficiency, and we will connect only that leg which will give us the maximum efficiency. So we will find out the design tensile strength and also the efficiency to get an idea that which leg should be connected, whether we should connect longer leg or the shorter leg. So now we will start our problem. So this is our case. So as I said, please consider that there is no double line. Double line is only on the lower side. Okay. So there is no double line. So please visualize this in that manner. Now we will consider the first case when the gusset plate is connected to the 100 mm leg, which means now in the case 1 we will consider that this value, this is the connected leg, this value will be 100 and this leg will be 75. Okay, so in case A, the 100 mm leg is connected and in this manner this length will be how much? It says, now you can see here the value of G. It says that the value of G is 40 if it is connected with 75 mm leg and it is 60 when it is connected with the 100 mm leg. So in the figure you can see this is the G value. So this value, the whole value, it is 60 in our case, in case 1. So the upper value, this will be the 40 because the total width is 100 mm. So now what we are going to do whenever we are finding, in this case we will find out the net effective area first, because as I said, net effective area is required to determine the strength in rupture. So in all case we always find out the net effective area. So in this case, how do we find out the net effective area of the angle? Well, in this case, the leg which is connected with the gusset plate, we call it connected leg. Connected leg. And the leg which is not connected with the gusset plate, it is called outstanding leg. So in that case, we find out the net effective area, and net effective area is basically the sum of net effective area of connected leg and gross area of the outstanding leg. Why I'm calling gross area? Because the outstanding leg is not having any hole, but in the connected leg there is a hole for the bolt. So the sum of net effective area, generally we get, we calculate separately. So net effective area for the connected leg, we call it ANC. We express that in terms of ANC. And similarly, the gross area of outstanding leg, we call it AGO. AG means gross area, O for outstanding, which is the leg which is not connected. So here we will first find out the ANC. So ANC will be the length of longer leg, which is 100 mm, minus the thickness, half of the thickness, minus the hole. So this whole value will be 18. How? Because we are using 16 mm dia bolt, and for 16 mm dia bolt, the whole dia will be 16 plus 2, which is 18 mm. So this is the dia of hole, half of the thickness and total width. So now you can see, if I make this angle here, you can see this is the angle leg, and this total value is 100, and this is the hole. So this whole value is 18. Okay, now to calculate this leg length is 100 and it is being measured from the bottom, but generally this length we consider as half of the thickness. The leg length for this part will be 100 minus 6 by 2. Why? Because the thickness of this leg is 6 mm. So half part will be considered in this leg and half part will be considered in the next leg, which is the outstanding leg. Okay, so this is how this is being calculated: 100 minus 6 by 2 minus 18 and whole multiplied by 6, and this is how we calculate the net effective area for the connected leg. Similarly, we will find out the gross area for the outstanding leg. So in the outstanding leg also you can see I have deducted with the half of the thickness. So half of the thickness will be deducted from ANC and from the AGO. And then as there is no hole, as in case of ANC, we will consider this and will be multiplied by 6. So this is the AGO. Now ANC and AGO, we have calculated them separately, but at the same time we can find out AG value also. How? Using the steel table. So I have explained in the previous part how we can find out this AG value. So this AG value I have directly find out from the steel table. So this AG is basically the gross cross-sectional area of the angle section. So if there is no hole in the angle section, then what will be the gross cross-sectional area of the whole angle section? So that angle section area we can determine, we can find out using the IS code or the steel table. So all three values we have found now. So now we will try to find out the design tensile strength in three aspects. One is yielding, then rupture, and then block shear. So first we will consider the yielding part. So in the yielding of gross section, this is the formula that we generally use to find out the yield strength, which is TDG. We have the value of Fy, we have the value of AG. AG we just have calculated. I mean, we just find out this using the steel table or IS 808. Okay. So AG is also required to find out the yield strength of the gross section. So putting all the values Fy and AG and divide by gamma m naught, so we get the yield strength of the plate, I mean the angle section. So this angle section yield strength will be 229.55. Now we will find out the strength of this angle in case of rupture of the critical section. So for the rupture, we are required to find out the net effective area, which we have already calculated in terms of ANC and AGO. So strength governed by the rupture of critical section, we find out in terms of TDN. So this is also I have explained in the previous lecture that whenever we are required to find out net, the rupture strength of the angle section, in that case we use this formula: 0.9 FU into ANC plus beta AGO into Fy. So beta is the reduction factor. So we will consider how we can find out this beta value. First, I will show you that in the IS code, the whole formula. So here in the IS code, you can see if you go to page number 33 and clause number 6.3.3, here it says the rupture strength of an angle connected through one leg is affected by shear leg, and because of that we apply a factor that is beta 1. And you can see TDN formula as this one that I have shown you in the PPT. And to calculate the value of beta, this is the formula that is being given. So we will use the same formula to calculate the value of beta, and then we will use the beta value to calculate the value of TDN, this one. Okay. All other values we have already find out. We are required to find out the beta value. So now we will see how we can find out the beta value. So in this case, now we know beta formula is this one as per IS code. So in this, I have already explained the terms, what is W, T, Fy, BS, LC. I have already explained this in the previous part. Now here we will calculate all these values like W by T. Well, in the figure, you can see here, what is W? W is basically the leg length. So again, W will be like in this case, leg length. This is the outstanding length. W is the length of outstanding leg, and this part is the connected part. So now we will see that. So after putting all the value, now you can see, now how do we find out W? 75, you can see here, this value is 75 and this value is 100. As in our case, the connected leg has length 100 mm and unconnected leg has length 75 in this case. So W value will be, we will count this W value as from the center of the leg. So this will be 75 minus half of the thickness of the angle. So this is how we find out. This is the W value, which is 75 minus 3. T is the thickness. Fy is 250. Fu is 410. Similarly, the length of BS. Well, length of BS, there you can see it is mentioned in the IS code also. Length of BS is sum of W plus G minus T. Now what is G? G is basically the value W1. So this is called G. So W1 will be the center of, the edge to the center of the connection, like from where the connection is happening. So this G1 value, it is already given. You can see here, the G1 value is already given, G. So BS will be the sum of W plus G. Now what is W? W is 75, 75 plus, I'm writing here, 75 plus 60 minus 6. The value should be like this one, 75 plus 60 minus G. So I think I have not deducted the value here from this side. So anyways, the value we calculate in this manner, W plus G. So W is basically the 72 that we have taken here also, plus G, 72 plus G, and divided by LC. Well, what is LC? LC is the length of bolt, number of bolt. Now you can see there are 6 bolts. So LC will be center of this bolt to the center of this end bolts. So this will be the value of LC, which is there are 5 bolts, which means 5 into 40. LC will be this one, 5 into 40. So putting all the values here, we will be able to identify the value of beta, and beta value comes out as 1.033. Well, whenever we are calculating the value of beta, we need to ensure that it is more than 0.7 and less than 1.44. So it is mentioned in the IS code that the value of beta should not be less than 0.7, and at the same time it should not exceed the value 1.44. So our value is 1.033. It is between the 0.7 and 1.44. So we have calculated this. Well, how we find out 1.44? It is basically the formula, which is Fu by Fy and gamma m naught by gamma m1. So this is how we find out the value, this 1.44. Now, once we get the value of beta, we will put all the values in the formula, in this formula. So now we know Fu value is 410, and ANC we have calculated in the previous slide, which is the net effective area of the connected part, and then gamma m1 1.25, beta value we just calculated. So this is the beta value, and then AGO we have just calculated this in the previous slide, and Fy and gamma m naught, and whole multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 3. So this 10 minus raised to power minus 3, I have multiplied this so that I get the value in the kilonewton. So TDN value comes out after the calculation as 241.34. So now you can see in the TDG, the value was 229, and for TDN it is 241. You can see here it is 241. So now we have calculated two strength. Now we are required to find out the third strength, I mean the strength of tension member in third aspect, which is the block shear. Now we will see how we can find out the strength in block shear. We know that block shear strength is governed by these two formula. I am calling this TDB1 and this is TDB2. So in this, we have to find out some terms like AVG, AVN, ATN, and ATG. All these four terms are unknown, so we are required to find out them. All other terms are already, already given. So now we will find out how this value will be calculated. First of all, we need to consider, like, if the force is like this, then the reaction will be like this. So in the block shear, what we assume that because if the force is higher, what may happen is, again, don't consider these two lines. These are basically the single line. So this part, the whole part, up to this, the center of the end bolt. So this part may shear off. Okay, so we can consider this as 1, 2, 3. Now what is AVG and AVN? So it says minimum gross and net area in the shear. So along the line 1, 2, this is called the shear plane, and along line 2, 3, this is called the tension plane, which means along line 2, 3, the section is in tension. Along line 1, 2, the section is in the shear plane. So now how do we find out AVG? AVG is the gross area along the shear. So along the line 1, 2, the gross area, which means without the hole, what will be the area? Similarly, AVN will be the net area. If we deduct the whole dia, then what will be the area? Similarly, the area along the 2, 3, it will be termed as ATG and ATN. ATG will be the gross area along the line 2, 3, which means without the hole, and ATN after the hole, after the deduction of the hole. So this is how we will see how we can find out this. So please remember this. This is line 1, 2, and this is line 2, 3. So we will see that how we can find out. So now, to find out the value of AVG, just consider that this is line 1, 2, and this is line 1, 3. Along this line, along the center of this line, this is line 2, 3, and along the center of the bolt, this is line 1, 2. So now just look at the line 1, 2. So the length, now we are required to find out the value of AVG. AVG will be the gross cross-sectional area along the line 1, 2. Now along the line 1, 2, you can see there are, now we are assuming that there is no hole. Then we will find out the net gross sectional area. So what will be the length? What will be this length? This length will be 5 into 40 plus 40, which is the edge distance. So you can see here 5 into 40 plus 40. So that is the length, and multiplied by the thickness of the angle. So once we calculate this, so now in calculation of AVG, we are considering that there is no bolt hole. Okay. Now this is how we calculate AVG. Now we will find out the AVN, this one. How do we find out AVN? in calculation of AVG, we have considered that there is no hole. Now in the calculation of AVN, we will consider these holes which are already present here. So in calculation of AVN, we will deduct the uh, whole dimension, which means you can see here again 5 into 40 plus 40. So that is the same value. Now in this we are deducting the whole dia. So you can see the this distance is from the center of the hole. So the last hole we will consider half, and other 5 holes, they are the full hole that we have to deduct. So this is how this becomes 5 holes plus half last hole. This last hole, because we are considering from the center of the last hole, so we are considering only the half hole. So this is how it becomes. Number of holes becomes as 5.5 and dia of one hole is 18. So this is how we have calculated the area AVN, which is the net effective area in this case. So this is the gross area, and in the gross area we have just deducted the area, yes, the area of the hole. So finally the AVN value is 846, the ATG value is 1440. Now similarly we will consider now the line 2-3, which is this one. Again this is passing through the center of the hole. So while considering the line 2-3, we have to find out what will be this dimension. I have already mentioned that the G value in case 1 is 60, then this value will be 40. Okay, so because this is a 60, remaining length is 40, so this value is 40. So length of 2-3 section will be 40. So now we will find out ATG. ATG when we consider that there is no hole. So along the line 2-3, there is only half hole. We are considering only the half hole, last half hole. So in case of ATG, there is no hole, which means 40 into 6. This is the 40 multiplied by the thickness. So this is the thickness of angle, and this is this value 40. So this is how we calculate the value of ATG. Similarly, now we will find out the ATN. ATN is again the same area, but we will now deduct the half hole dia, which means 6 into 40 minus half number of hole multiplied by the dia of hole. So as you can see, this is passing like this and like this. So we are considering only this part, not this part. Okay, so this is how we have taken this 0.5 multiplied by 18. So this is how we calculate the value of ATN. So once we get all these 4 values, we will simply put in these 2 formula, and then we will find out the TDB1 and TDB2. So now TDB1, after putting all the values, AVG as 1440, we have just calculated in the previous slide, and 0.3, this is basically gamma M naught. Gamma M naught value is 1.1, 0.9, 410, 186 is the ATN, and putting all the values, then we get the value of TDB1 as 243. Similarly, we will find out the TDB2 after putting the value of AVN and ATG. So putting all the values like AVN and ATG is as 240. So in this case, we get the value of TDB2 as 198. So again, block shear strength will be the least of these two, TDB1 and TDB2. So in this case, TDB will be the least of 1 and 2. So this is our block shear strength. So now till now we have calculated the strength of angle in case of yielding, in case of rupture, and now in case of block shear. So now the least of these 3 will be the design tensile strength, which is 198. You can see TDB we have calculated, it was around 229. TDG we have calculated, it was around 241, and now TDB is 198. So this is our strength of angle section. So now we have calculated the angle section. Now we will find out the efficiency of this angle section when we connect this with the 100 mm leg. So we know that efficiency formula is this one. I have introduced this in the previous lecture. So eta will be least of TDG, TDN, TDB, which is 198.73, and TDG will be 229. So putting all the values, we get the efficiency of the angle section as 86.57%. So this efficiency is when we connect the longer leg. Similarly, now we will consider the next case, which is gusset. I mean, when the angle is connected with the 75 mm leg. So in the same line, we will calculate the strength when the angle is 75 mm. So in the next part, I will explain how we can find out the strength when it is connected with the 75 mm leg. Thank you.